Swadikap, welcome back to Striking Nation. Last video we looked into the exciting bout between the King of the North and the Chef in one Fight Night 37, which means that in this video we will be coming back to 173. I have already gone over Yuki Yosa vs Super Leg, Stamford Hex vs Kana Morimoto, and Nabil Anand vs Jonathan Hecate. It is right about time I finally talk about the headliner, featherweight kickboxing champion Superbon defending his title against the interim champion Masaaki Noiri. We are going to dive into both of the fighters' stats, style and strategy, and based on everything, we'll be coming up with a prediction. But before I go on, I have to premise that I am a giant Superbon fan, which means that I might be a little bit or a lot biased towards Superbon's side. Anyway, I will try to keep it as in the middle as possible. So with that out of the way, let's look into both fighters' stats, starting off with the champion Superbon. Superbon is 178 cm tall, aka 5'10". He's already on the older side at 35 years old, but with the age those come with experience. In one championship he has 5 wins and only 1 loss in the kickboxing rule set with a 40% finish rate. He defeated high-level kickboxer like Masaaki Noiri and Petrosian. For a good period of time, he was ranked as the best kickboxer in the world according to Beyond Kickboxing. This makes him one of the best kickboxers that one championship have to offer. As for his opponent, Masaaki Noiri standing at 175 cm tall, aka 5'9". He's also in his 30s at 32 years of age, training at the famous Team Versarius. In this card, he will have 2 of his mates, Takeru and Yuki Yosa, fighting alongside him. His part in one championship has quite a rough start. He started off with a 2 losing streak, but the momentum completely shifted after he managed to break Shakir Al-Jaquidi leg, following by him ending Tawanchai kickboxing high with a vicious KO in his home country of Japan, which also means that he is currently riding a 2-fight winning streak alongside with a 100% finish rate in one championship. In comparison, Superbon will have a slight height advantage of 3 cm, while Noiri will have a slight age advantage being 3 years younger. So both of these shouldn't matter too much, it's quite a small advantage for each of them. Aside from that, there's a comment about Superbon's stamina, which partially related to his age, but I will talk about this later on in the video since it's not entirely related to his age. As for their record, in one championship, Superbon record of course gonna look nicer. He have higher win rate, lots of experience against tough fighter, but Noiri reign in K1 is also something not to ignore, which means both of the fighter will be coming into this fight with a lot of experience on their side. I believe that it's gonna be enough talk about their stat. Let's now move on to their style. Let's start off with Superbon. Superbon is famous as one of the best kicker in the sport of kickboxing. His most dangerous weapon is going to be his right leg. In his orthodox stance, his head kick has knocked out many people and he learned to sneak them through in a lot of unexpected moments. He is known for his game plan and fight IQ, which means he's someone who often makes key adjustments that grant him the victory in all those highest level of fight. Which is also why in this video I will be focusing my attention to break down Superbon's style into fight with Masaaki Noiri, someone who I believe have the closest style to Noiri that Superbon have faced so far in one. To deal with aggressive pressure from Masaaki, Superbon's first arsenal is going to be his stiff jab. In this fight, Superbon made sure to keep pumping out his jab, but instead of using it for distraction or a quick setup, he used the jab to push Masaaki away. He would intentionally put a lot of weight behind his jab, and instead of retracting on impact, he would keep his hand on Masaaki and push through, keeping Masaaki away, knowing that if Masaaki get too close, it will be really dangerous for Superbon to be. Superbon also was being really defensive, especially in protecting his chin. In that fight, he made sure to keep his chin always tucked in, with the high guard always ready. He can slip straight shot, block the side shot with his hand and shoulder. His posture was also bending forward, making it difficult for Masaaki to start to stir up some solid combination inside of the closer range, as Superbon's head is always protected almost at all times. But Masaaki is also a top tier fighter for a reason. He noticed within the first half of round 1 and started to pump out some uppercut combination, exploiting Superbon's slouching posture and tucked chin. A lot of those combinations combination became the main scoring point of Marat for the whole 5 rounds. Those shots from under was working, but it wasn't enough, as in the later round, Superbon can dodge Marat uppercut as Marat slowed down. And I would to attribute the fact that Marat started to slow down quite early on was because of the work on the body by Superbon knee. Being an experienced kickboxer and his Muay Thai background, Superbon has used the dangerous weapon of Muay Thai and adapt it into the kickboxing rule set. Superbon used Marat forward momentum to increase his knee damage by timing the moment that Marat tried to close in. In order to prevent getting overwhelmed on the inside, Superbon leaned forward with his knee and controlled Marat's hand as he tucked his chin inside his shoulder. The leaning forward with the chin tucked in allowed him to get in close without getting attacked from something like a hook. By putting his hand above Marat and getting the outside control as he moved in for the knee, he also forces Marat to put up his guard and not able to sneak his hand through as Superbon is recovering or going for the knee. Other detail from the fight aside from the impressive jab and knee usage of Superbon is to making it a point to keep Marat on the outside by pushing him away. By just pushing him away with both of his hands, or something like doing a step back or a small hop, or to just lean back every time you go for a leg kick, knowing that Marat will likely use the opportunity when Superbon throws his leg kick to close the distance. Superbon's left kick was also landing nicely on Marat's arm. It might not be a scoring shot in the kickboxing rule set, but it was definitely doing damage. Now, that should cover Superbon's style in dealing with a strong pressure kickboxer like Masaaki and potentially Noiri. So I'm going to move on to Noiri's style in the One Championship stage. Masaaki Noiri's style is going to be quite similar to his mate Yuki Yosa, the calf kicking machine. Similar in a sense, but not exactly the same. Noiri is going to be more balanced in his strike, and he's also well known for his composure. Like Masaaki, he is a pressure fighter, but instead of relying mostly on his hand, he have a really good kicking game to tag along with it. Noiri like to pressure his opponent into the rope, and as he gets closer to the rope, he will start to widen his stance, keeping his body square. On the outside, he picks his opponent apart with his kick to all level, but his most showing kick is of course going to be the Japanese signature, the calf kick and the step kick to the body. This kick can come from both sides and can even whip across to create more angle. The setup are really similar, and the way that they come just as fast from both sides make them really fast and difficult to block. As he moves into the punching range, he can often take a lot of shots from his opponent. He makes sure to keep a tight high guard, and like a predator, he waits for the best moment to explode into his attack. His explosiveness, the incredible power and his timing make him a really dangerous fighter in the punching range. To land his punch, he doesn't just move forward, but he exercises a really effective ring control. With the wide stand as he have, he can efficiently use the lateral movement to trap his prey in the corner, cutting the ring, giving him more time to find the perfect shot to land. He will throw a kick to keep his opponent where he wants them and obstruct their escape with his own body. The way that his punch is so effective and able to give him such calm demeanor even when he's losing on the scorecard highlight his fight IQ and shot picking skill. With him always trying to close into the punching range, he can see the flaw of his opponent's defense as they come at him, whether it's gonna be switching to the body with his vicious left hook or going up top to exploit his opponent's defense, even launching into a straight shot that is unexpected and explosive, which means his shot picking skill, especially in his punch, will likely be a problem for Superbon. Now that we have a better understanding of this fighter's style, I can't wait to talk about the strategy any longer, so let's get into them. When the fight starts, I would expect Superbon to be on his back feet and play defense. Similar to his fight with Masaaki, he will employ his stiff jab to push Noiri back and throw kick and tip to the body, not wanting Noiri to close the distance so easily. At the same time, Noiri would put on more and more pressure, absorbing Superbon's strike with his guard as he throw calf kick and step kick from the jabbing range of Superbon. At this point, the fight would already turn to be a different direction from the Masaaki fight, as Noiri will be able to throw effective kick from the outside. With Superbon using a high guard while leaning forward, the step kick should be quite a problem. As for the calf kick, I'm not sure how Superbon deal with those yet, but it's likely just going to be a shake like most fighters, and if he have space, he should probably step back. As Noiri put on more and more pressure and try to cut him off the ring, I would like to see Superbon trying to take advantage of the cage to circle around and stay in the center as much as possible. He needs to make sure Noiri can't start cutting the cage, putting him against the wall where Noiri can unleash his deadly hand combination. With Noiri's shot picking skill, I believe that he would be able to find a hole through Superbon's guard the same way that Masaaki did which is going from underneath. To stop Noiri pressure on the inside, Superbon knee should show to be more effective than Tawanshai. He is experienced in the kickboxing rule set and should be able to stay relatively safe as he throws the knee. What I'm most concerned about Superbon is going to be on the stamina. A lot of criticism that Superbon have faced is on this issue. He slowed down in the final round against Tawanshai and Masaaki Noiri, which a lot of people attribute it to his age, which may be true, but I do want to bring a light to a condition that Superbon have that effectively make him only able to breathe with the right side of his nose. In the recent podcast with the channel 4 million, Superbon talk about having deviated septum. It's a condition that make him have a slower stamina recovery, effectively just making his gas tank smaller than his peer. Other than the fact that it is really impressive that he can be at the top level of the game, is the condition where most people who can afford to get a surgery to remove this condition has been life-changing for most people. However, as you might be able to guess, Superbon cannot afford to have this surgery yet, since if he gets punched in the face the next time, there's a really good chance that his nose will get broken and cause further damage if he were to have the surgery, which means that he has been fighting his whole career with this condition and he can never resolve it unless he stops fighting. Even though it is really impressive for Superbon, at the same time it is a concern that Noiri could take the advantage of the smaller gas tank of Superbon and Noiri could drag the game to a conclusion in the 4th or 5th round. Remember that Noiri's style is quite conservative in his stamina. If he can just tire out Superbon by absorbing all the strike, there's a really good chance that Noiri will be able to find a knockout shot in the championship round. However, if Noiri couldn't KO or knock down Superbon, if Superbon can keep Noiri as far as possible from him and not slip out toward the end, then the odds would be on Superbon's side. Now, after everything that I have talked about, who do I have as the winner for this one? I believe that Superbon, with his experience and status as the best kickboxer in the world, can win this fight. I am hoping that he will come in with another amazing game plan, solve the uppercut, the calf kick and the step kick issue, and if he can do that, I believe that he is going to win this fight. But this will definitely be a really tough fight for both of them. Both of them are really dangerous fighters. I may be a bit biased toward one of my all-time favorite fighter, but I hope I wasn't too biased and that the analysis was insightful. And in the next video, it will be the last 1173 breakdown and prediction, which is going to be on Rodtang versus Nong O. So subscribe to not miss the video. Also, do check out my playlist here for all the 1173 breakdown and prediction, and I will see you next time.